Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another Versus Night. Tonight, I will be doing a comparison of Phantom of the Opera from 1989 versus Phantom of the Opera from 1998. So, let's get started with the leads. Phantom of the Opera 1989 stars Robert Englund and Jill Schoelen. Phantom of the Opera 1998 stars Julian Sands and Asia Argento. Now, this one's kind of tough for me because I really love both actress and actor on both sides of this one. I love Robert Englund. I love Julian Sands as actors, and I love Jill Schoelen as an actress, and I love Asia Argento as an actress. I think this one will come down to what I think is the better portrayal of the Phantom and Christine. And in that respect, as much as I love Julian Sands, I think that goes to Robert Englund and Jill Schoelen. Now, I will get to some of this other stuff on the story part and the direction part, but right now I'm just going to say that Robert Englund's was a scarred Phantom, like he is supposed to be. Julian Sands' version of the character probably may have been able to defeat Robert Englund's on this spot for me, had they went with him being disfigured. For whatever reason, they decided to make Julian Sands' Phantom not scarred. As far as the leads in the female department goes, I think Jill Schoelen, just being alongside the great Robert Englund, it just upped him, and she really augmented him really well in the film. So, Aja, as much as I love her, I did not like her in the role of Christine as much as I did Jill Schoelen. So this one is going to go with the 1989 version. 1 point for them. All right. Now let's move on to supporting. Supporting cast for the 1989 version is Alex Hyde-White, Bill Nighy, Stephanie Lawrence, Molly Shannon, and Terrence Harvey. The supporting cast for the 1998 version is Andrea Di Stefano, Nadia Bonaldi, Coralina Catalini Tassoni, Estevan Bubic, and Lucia Guzzardi. I think this one's an easy win for the 1989 version, just because what hurts the 1998 version is a lot of these are not really well-known name actors, and they're dubbed in English for the film. And out of all of them, I think Coralina Catalini Tassoni was the only one that I actually had seen in anything prior to this, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, Alex Hyde-White was great playing the hero kind of character, wanting to try and rescue Christine from the Phantom. Bill Nighy was just really cool as the owner of the opera house and everything, and being the big tough, boss that he played in there and everything. And Stephanie Lawrence and Molly Shannon are great in their supporting female roles. Stephanie Lawrence more than Molly Shannon, because Molly Shannon was only in it in the beginning and the end of the film, in the present day setting of the opening and ending. But Stephanie Lawrence was really good in her role in here, as was Terrence Harvey. So I'm going to give this one to 89 as well. All right, so let's move on to story. Now, story, it's odd the way that they did the 1989 version, because it was written as a film that was supposed to set up a sequel. The whole film was originally intended to be set in the old period. And then the sequel was supposed to have been set in modern day. And for whatever reason, they basically just wrote in what would have been the ending to the 89 version to set up the Phantom being in modern day. They set up as a opening and then a book, they bookended it with the modern day stuff. And I'm not sure I like that aspect of it, because it just makes the whole old period stuff like it did never happen, even though we see in the modern setting that the Phantom is really there. The 98 version is a very bloody film, but they give Julian Sands' Phantom an odd backstory where he is found as a child and raised by rats. And then you have Asia Argento's Christine actually falling in love with the Phantom, which makes sense when you have Julian Sands completely unscarred and not really disfigured and awful looking in this version. But at the same time, he abducts her, takes her, and then tries to train her, and she falls in love with him. Whereas 89 sticks with more the regular story, where the Phantom is a villain, but he's a villain that's kind of sympathetic in some ways. And whereas Jill Schoelen's Christine is portrayed like she should have been, and she has a love interest who's trying to get to her and save her from the Phantom, which is what has been the thing for most tellings of the tale. In the 98 version, you have a guy that's wanting Christine, but Christine seems more infatuated and into the Phantom, which is really weird. With this one, I'm gonna go with the 89 again. So let's move on to direction. The 1989 version was directed by Dwight H. Little. The 1998 version was directed by Dario Argento. So, two amazing directors. One, an American director who can direct just about anything. He can direct horror, as he did with Halloween 4, as he did with this, and many other horror films. And then he can do action films, as he did Murder at 1600, and he did Rapid Fire, amongst other things. Whereas Dario Argento is strictly an Italian horror filmmaker, and that shows in the storyline for his version, because like I said, it is very bloody and it is very gory, where you have some really gruesome kills and stuff going on in the 98 version. The 89 version does have some of that. I mean, Dwight Little does not hold back when it comes to the brutality of Robert Englund's variation of the Phantom, but he does it in a more mainstream horror style instead of the Italian, gory style. And as far as 89 and 98, as far as the Phantom's makeup, that's an easy one too, because Robert Englund had makeup. Julian Sands, he was not disfigured. So, as much as I love Dario Argento, I'm going to go with Dwight H. Little, which, again, this is another one that's one-sided, and 89 has taken 4 points versus 98's 0, which would make you think that the 98 version is bad, but don't. That's just my thoughts on this one, and I don't dislike the film. That's why I'm comparing them, because anything I'm comparing, most of the time I like both films. So I just want you guys to know that just because this one just dominated the other one in the points in here does not mean the 98 version is a bad film that you should avoid. You should still try and check it out if you can, if you haven't already. But what do you guys think? Do you disagree with my comparison here, and do you guys actually think that the 98 version is superior to the 89 version? Let me know in the comments down below if you do, and give me those points on why you think the 98 version might be better. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed this Versus Night. Thanks for watching, and if you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. Alright, it's the end of another Versus Night, and hope you will join me tomorrow for another horror movie night. Till then, thanks for watching.